far in the CSCE tapes. Molecule-level science, pink light and Roman soldiers, a femme fatale from Berlin, the lost story of Martikainen revealed, then frustration, dead ends. What will the long-lost typewriter tell? Could it finally be the first real trail toward the truth? And now, it's time for the last episode of the CSCE tapes. CSCE.
A few days passed. The disappointment lingered, but nothing new emerged. And once there was no further lead to follow at the moment, Pekka turned to the only one that still made sense, Philip K. Dick. The writer Dr. Irina Haywood believed Reiska's account might have been borrowed from. It was the next logical step to go into Philip K. Dick's own record. Biographies, Valleys, Radio Free Albumeth, and finally the exegesis. Thousands of pages Dick had written late at night, trying to understand what the pink light had placed inside his head. Fascinating material, disturbing, at times incoherent, and uncomfortably close to Reiska's descriptions to feel like coincidence alone. In London, 96-bit Sybil continued working through Martikainen's background, and slowly the picture began to settle. He had not vanished into an alternative version of reality. He had simply never been who they thought he was.
Alibi, for example, he wasn't editor-in-chief.
Not even close. He appeared only sporadically, as a contributor, a freelancer, mostly in the background. It dismantled the image Pekka's memories, reinforced by the CSCE tapes, had built around Martikainen. And
you see, his name never appears on the articles.
He was not staff, not even as an assistant. At best, a minor helper, a drinking companion of Martikainen, someone who stayed close enough to feel important. When Pekka heard this, he nodded.
So he talked himself bigger than he was, as my mother always said.
The correction was sobering. It restored something essential. Martikainen and Jussi had not dissolved into myth or hallucination. They had simply been downgraded. There was, however, still a practical problem. To continue the analysis, they needed Martikainen's DNA. And Martikainen had been dead since 1984. His widow was gone. Their house had burned down years earlier. Every known biological trace appeared lost. So how could Sybil manage to extract anything at all? Eventually, she remembered an object she already had. Something Martikainen had unquestionably touched.
The photograph Irmeli gave me. The one Martikainen had handed to Irmeli on the day he died. Would that be enough?
It will have to do. Once an object has been present, truly present, the rest can be inferred. Presence decays, but it does not disappear. Time is an illusion, a complex one, difficult to bypass.
The photograph was sent immediately by courier, but before it even arrived, Herr Kitzbühel contacted the group again, this time with news of his own. While re-examining the typewriter, he had discovered something concealed inside it, a ring attached to a broken chain, and on its surface, something none of them had expected.
There are fingerprints on it of some kind. They are not human. The size suggests a creature no larger than 15 centimeters. I have never seen anything like this, but I am not a biologist. You will need another expert.
It was decided the ring and chain would be sent to a laboratory the tripod group had worked with before. For the first time in weeks, the material no longer seemed exhausted. If the fingerprints were real, they belonged to something small, small enough to fit inside a cage meant for a dog. So it aligned disturbingly well with the CSCE tapes, and with the taxi driver's testimony Ermeli had confirmed. The mood had shifted again. Optimism returned. Alien fingerprints could be a real breakthrough. And with Donald Trump's presidency confirmed and his promises to reopen classified archives, the group believed they might finally prove the alien presence and their secret role in Earth's politics. But after a few days passed, the group grew uneasy. Herr Kitzbühel had said he would send the ring, along with his findings, to a biologist in another laboratory immediately. But when Zagreus contacted Dr. Linda Knudsen, she denied ever receiving anything. Repeated attempts to reach Kitzbühel went unanswered. Zagreus was already in Central Europe at the time. If the package was still at the laboratory, it made sense to collect it in person. When Zagreus arrived, he was met by Kitzbühel's assistant, Fräulein Oberstdorf.
Herr Kitzbühel has disappeared. No explanation, no message, no indication of where he is.
She was visibly shaken. Kitzbühel was absent-minded, she admitted, but punctual. He arrived at the laboratory with the regularity of a Swiss clock.
That's not like him. Something's wrong. Das ist nicht gut.
Others, it seemed, had been waiting for him as well. Different institutions, different expectations, results that were now overdue. One of them, Fräulein Oberstdorf mentioned almost in passing, was NASA, waiting for preliminary analysis on a rare Martian rock sample. The circumstances surrounding Kitzbühel's disappearance were troubling, but the immediate concern was the package. Fräulein Oberstdorf confirmed that it had been sent. She had seen it herself. If it had not arrived, then it was still in transit, or it had been intercepted. With Kitzbühel gone and the material unaccounted for, Zagreus decided not to wait. If the package had been redirected, the next logical step was the receiving laboratory itself. He left before anyone could ask further questions. At At some point, Zagreus became certain he was no longer alone on the road. Every time he checked the mirrors, the same black car was there. He did not change course, not yet. If he was being followed, it made sense to lead the attention somewhere else. He drove south, through the Alps, all the way to Rome. Rome was not the destination, it was the distraction. Ovalji arrived in Marseille. Zagreus's detour had worked. The followers were distracted. Ovalji headed to the laboratory where Kitzbühel's package was actually expected to arrive. But the package was not there. Either it had not arrived yet, or it never would. Another dead end? For days, Pekka had immersed himself in the world of Philip K. Dick. The similarities with Reiska's testimony were impossible to ignore. The imagery, the language, the experience itself. And yet, Pekka knew Reiska. Why would he make something like that up? That question refused to go away.
At some point I stopped asking whether Reiska had copied anything. And I started asking when he could have done that. Reiska spoke about his experience in 1975. Philip K. Dick's Wallis was published years later. Dick had written letters, yes, but not books. No accounts anyone in Finland would have read that time. That's when it hit me. The timing didn't allow imitation.
So Pekka reasoned. The odds of two people independently describing such similar experiences at the same time without influence were close to zero, which is why what Hayward had called a second explanation suddenly carried weight. Not borrowing, not coincidence, but exposure to the same phenomenon.
Like a radio signal. You don't invent it. You receive it. You might misunderstand it, but you don't make it up.
It did not solve anything, but it changed something essential. For the first time, Pekka could no longer dismiss Reiska's account as fabrication. Even Philip K. Dick had struggled to understand his own experience for the rest of his life. Confusion did not invalidate the event. It only complicated it. The shift was subtle, but decisive. For the first time, Pekka no longer approached the CSCE material as something to be dismantled, but as something that had to be followed. The message came without warning. A standard notification. A package had arrived at a nearby pickup point. It did not take long for Pekka to understand where it came from.
I knew immediately. There was no return address. But there didn't need to be. The content. It really hit me. Hard. It was from Herr Kitzbühel. Packed in a hurry, with no notes or explanations.
Inside the package were several objects. A ring attached to a broken chain, in a small box, a Super 8 film reel, a small envelope, and what remained of UC's CSCE tapes after Kitzbühel's molecular analysis, in a small mini grip bag.
At first I opened the envelope. There was just this cryptic sentence, handwritten in capitals. Se on paikka. Which means in English, it's a place. And a note saying it had been the last sentence on Martikainen's typewriter. It didn't make any sense to me at that point.
Pekka looked at the tapes. What was left of them? They were silent now. Nothing left to listen to. No new voices, no further signals. But their presence felt like permission, or a command, as Pekka later described it, and the ring. It had to be the one found inside Martikainen's typewriter, the one with alien fingerprints on it. At first, Pekka ignored it, since he didn't know what to do with it. There was the Super 8 film too. The original reel Reiska had handed to Pekka only weeks earlier. According to Kitzbühel, restoring it had been almost beneath comment. No advanced methods, no experimental processes. It was just a regular film. He had noted it with a hint of irritation. Pekka already had a digital version of the footage, but it was short, suspiciously short. Only a fragment of what the reel should have contained.
It didn't make any sense. If that was all there was, why bother sending the original at all?
In theory, the reel no longer served a purpose. It could have been returned to Reiska, but Pekka hesitated.
That's when I thought this was intentional, not a mistake. A hint by Herr Kitzbühel.
Pekka thought of a friend, a photographer, an enthusiast, someone who still worked with obsolete formats and had the equipment for that. Pekka thought that if something had been missed the first time, you wouldn't find it by doing the same thing again. So he decided to have the film digitized again. There was nothing to lose. After visiting his enthusiast photographer friend in Joensuu, Pekka returned home with a newly digitalized version of Super 8 film on USB stick. And there was a big surprise waiting for him. There was more material on the film than in the material Kitzbühel had sent earlier.
It's funny. Kitzbühel could get results out of almost nothing. But this was too ordinary for him.
Or perhaps he was misled. After the section Kitzbühel had already digitized, the film continued for several minutes with nothing but a wooden floor, interrupted only by a wool sock drifting into frame now and then. After that, there were 2 full minutes of white film noise. It looked like the end.
I was disappointed. So much effort for nothing.
But Pekka kept watching, and after the noise, something else appeared, something completely unexpected.
Footage from my baptism. I had never seen it before. Jussi was there, holding me.
And right after that, seemingly random fragments from a forest. At first they appeared disjointed, unfocused, meaningless. Then something caught his eye. A light, pink, pulsing, moving in a way no natural light should. It did not behave like film damage, and it did not resemble any known optical phenomenon.
That's when I stopped watching the film as documentation and started watching it as material. Slowing it down, zooming in, frame by frame.
Elsewhere in the reel, Pekka noticed something in a small hollow in the rock, a green residue dripping into a small pool. The color matched what Kitzbühel had documented on the ring, the same color Jussi had referred to more than once. But this could not be pickle relish, like in Reiska's sample.
You wouldn't want to touch it with your bare hands. It just looks wrong. Toxic.
But the most significant discovery came at the very end. Just before the film ran out, there was one last brief shot. 3 small figures. Unlike anything Pekka had seen before, large heads, oversized eyes, green skin, thin limbs, almost insect-like.
It gave me shivers. They were so strange, so completely unfamiliar. And they moved, just slightly, but unmistakably.
What Pekka was seeing no longer fit any familiar category. The pink light, the green residue, the figures, each of them perhaps explainable on its own. But together they form something else entirely. These were the same elements that had surfaced again and again throughout the CSCE material. Separate accounts, separate decades. And now for the first time, they were all there, in the same place, in the same moment, captured unintentionally on a 50-year-old Super 8 reel.
Pekka Antero Maltonen, kastan sinut Isän, Pojan ja Pyhän Hengen nimeen.
Later that same evening, Pekka went to see his photographer friend's metal band play at a local pub. He felt obliged to go. The film had been digitized free of charge outside regular working hours, and after what he had just seen, he needed to get out of the house. Pekka enjoyed the show, but at some point, in the restroom, something ordinary triggered an unexpected association. A greenish patina in the urinal pulled his thoughts back to the Super 8 footage.
That's when it clicked. The green residue in the forest. And on the ring. There had to be a connection. But now something else occurred to me. The ring itself began to feel familiar. And I wondered, what if I stopped seeing the ring as just an object? What if I was looking at the memory?
Wait, had Pekka seen the ring before?
I wondered if it was the same ring that always hung from Jussi's neck. After he broke up with Eija, he never took it off.
Pekka searched his memory for the last time he had seen it, and then he remembered. A family photograph, taken on Midsummer's Eve. One he had already examined several times in recent weeks, while working on the CSCE material.
I left the pub and went straight home, not stopping even for a hot dog. I had to check.
And there it was. The photograph was dated one day before Jussi disappeared. The ring was identical to the one Kitzbühel had found inside Martikainen's typewriter, now lying on Pekka's kitchen table, and inside it, a small engraving. Asia and Jussi, 25th of June, 1977.
For a moment, I even wondered how Martikainen had gotten hold of it.
The conclusion didn't hold, but the question did. Pekka knew who to call, but not before the next morning.
Kyllä minä sen Martikaisen muistan. Just sen kaveri. Oikeata ryyppyrolloja molemmat. Aina vaikeuksissa. Olihan siellä Olivissakaan jotenkin töissä. Tai jotain sen tapaista. Jussi kun tuli takaisin Bosmanniksi. Kapakoissa ne yritti tehdä sillä vaikutuksen Helsingin aikuiseen. Vaikka Martikainen olikin ukkomies. Pöydän ja kaikki. Mun kotitalokin. Joo, kyllähän se palo. Niin joo. Kyllähän se siellä mökillä kävi. Jotain viikkoja Jussin katoamisen jälkeen. Kyseli ja tonki. Kamerakin sillä oli. Hermostunut se oli myös. Toimittajani olevina. Halusi käydä mettässäkin. Siellä missä se hyvä sienipaikka. Sanoi, että emännälle, kanttarelle. Sieltä sinne vei Pekka. Korin kanssa. Muistatko? Jaa, se sormus. Kyllä se sillä vielä oli. Muistan valokuva. Viimeinen Jussista. Nimismiehelläkin isässä on näytetty. Sitä ei ikinä ottanut pois saunassakaan, vaikka ei oli lempannut se pihalle jo vuosia sitten. Ihan mustunutkin se oli jo. Olis pitänyt pitää kiinni emännästäkin samaan malliin. Vähän edes yrittänyt. Ei oli hyvä nainen. Ja että onko se löytynyt? Hauen suusta. Juu. Kyllä se Reiska meillekin puhuu. Jostain oudoista jutuista. Valosta ja siitä, että perunat oli menneet pilalle. Mutta niinhän se aina puhuu ja kummia. Ja ainahan ne perunat meni pilalle. Joo, oli se siellä siuristiäisissä. Mökillä ne pidettiin, kun pappa oli huonona. Kun siihen sanot, Pekka, kyllähän se tosiaan oli sun synnyyö. Ja kuule, papissa oli samana yönä nähty outoja valoja. Etusivujuttu Appia uutisissa. Siitä oli telekkarissakin. Joku tutkamieskin oli nähnyt. Mie voin kaivaa se jutu sinulle esiin, kun tuut seuraava kerran. Minulla on se vieläkin tallessa.
After the call, all the remaining pieces fell into place. Even the cryptic words from Martikainen's typewriter no longer read as a metaphor. It's a place, literal. For the first time, the material pointed to a single location. Everything had changed. The group regrouped on short notice. Something had occurred that left no room for interpretation.
So it was always about Pekka, and this must be about Pekka.
Up until what had happened 24 hours earlier, Pekka's material had been treated as one case among others. Relevant, unusual, but still comparable. The documentary was not structured around him, and there was no reason it should have been. But that assumption did not survive the event. What had occurred could no longer be contextualized, expanded, or absorbed into a broader framework. It did not invite interpretation. It forced a shift in perspective, from patterns to a trajectory, from theories to a journey. And that journey had to be told through Pekka. What follows is where that journey led. Pekka had arrived at his family's summer cottage the night before. He did not contact the group, not yet. He had a brief call with his woman, as was later confirmed. By the morning, the material was ready. The footage, the images, the report he would later submit. But Pekka did not intend to present just conclusions. He intended to show the place the findings had led him to. Just a few hours earlier, Pekka informed the group of what he intended to do. He gave them a time, nothing else. At 12 o'clock, he opened a live stream.
I'll keep it short. I'm at the site I mentioned in the material I just sent.
Pekka briefly outlined his conclusions, how the fragments finally connected after speaking with his mother. The last sentence recovered from Martikainen's typewriter had reduced everything to a single point. It's a place.
As you can see, this isn't coincidence anymore. Every trace on the material points here. But I'm not going to speculate the word more. I am here to check if anything remains.
Pekka moved through the forest for some time, following the indications left by the material. In 50 years, forests change, paths disappear, trees fall, the landscape shifts, but Pekka knew the rocky outcrops should still be there. The one where a faint pink light had appeared on the film. It corresponded to something he remembered from childhood in a forest he had known growing up. Still, it had been many years since he last walked there, and several similar rock formations appeared around him.
What the hell? Where is it?
After a while, Pekka noticed some movement under Flora.
Did you see that? What was that?
The live stream did not clearly capture what he saw. The image was unstable, the focus drifting, but shortly after, in the same direction.
It's right there.
Pekka moved closer to the rock, circling it slightly, and then he noticed something familiar.
Wait, what is that? That figure? Can it be? Hammerhead, still wearing Squidhead's robe.
That discovery made Pekka fall silent for a moment. The signal began to distort. After a while, Pekka rotated the camera toward himself and said,
It was the day Jussi disappeared. I was here, in this forest, playing with my Star Wars figures. Now I remember. This rock. Hammerhead must have fallen during a heavy stormtrooper attack. A pinecone probably knocked him into the hole. Snaggletooth might still be around somewhere, with his golden dagger.
We just saw strange disturbance in the signal and some pink glow on the rock, and then just darkness. And Pekka's voice came back, echoing like in a big chamber.
Missä mä nyt oon? What is this place? Is it a cave? Where this leads? Maybe a fire. It's like a room of some kind, or a corridor. Difficult to explain. It feels.
For a moment we thought we had lost the signal completely. We hardly breathed anymore.
Something shifted. This place. I think I see the arc.
And then Pekka was gone, and the rock Pekka had approached was gone as well. We are living in extraordinary times, times that may fundamentally change how we see ourselves in the universe. The veil between the known and the unknown is thinning. What we have just witnessed is part of that shift. Long-buried material is surfacing. Archives are opening. Records once dismissed are being re-examined. The CSCE case does not stand apart from this process. It stands at its forefront. This was not a story about speculation. It was a journey that led to an actual place and beyond it. The world is not the same it was before this moment, and those who hold power at this moment understand this. They are not afraid of what is changing. They are not looking backward, as the leadership has long been accustomed to doing. Strength will be shown. Promises will be kept. Conflicts resolved. A new era is already taking shape. For the first time in a long while, the future for mankind appears bright.
Arrested, society is tested, and the hottest babies are all running free. Beer is cheap and gives no liver peeps. Chains of nature are not holding me. Everything is true. What is real? Is this just another? Is this just another? Is this just another operation? Mindfuck. Is this just another? Is this just another? Is this another operation? Mindfuck. No one no more dies. It's gone out of style. Universe is multiverse, and there's just one big eye. No one's out of food. Everything is good. There is no more reason to ask why. Is this just another? Is this just another? Is this just another operation? Mindfuck. Is this just another? Is this just another? Is this just another operation? Mindfuck. Is this just another? Is this just another? Is this just another operation? Is this just another? Is this just another? Is this just another operation? Mindfuck. Is just another? Is this just another? Is just another operation? Mindfuck. Is just another? Is this just another? Is this just another operation? Mindfuck. Is just another? Is just another?
Oli vähän kolvaa vaikeeta silloin koulussa. Se oli vähän joutunut johonkin tappeluun. Mä olin polttanut tukkoon. Mites ne ei ottanut sitä kavereiden kanssa varastoon mun mielestä joku vanhemmasta. Pitäisikö olla huolissaan pojasta? No, ihan samalla huolihan teitä.
Otetaan
Kankkuja. Repeä lissuja ja niitä lannella rypättiin niin viimeistä. Kohoita. Munasilla heiluttiin sitten loppuiltaan. Punkki kimuttelee palloissa. Just vasta pääsin kotiin. On muuten tasan vuosi siitä kun pääsin sieltä loppuista.